If you want to be like anybody and have black progress, fuck with the Nation of Islam. If you want to be a junkie, fuck with hip hop today. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a nobody, follow these ratchet ass women. Or these women that say men ain't shit, all men are dogs. You know what I'm saying? We are our own worst enemy. Oh man, if this person get in office, they gonna send us back to Africa. What's the problem? Ain't that where you from?
"400 years of slavery, years of oppression, sexism."
2,000 years.
Okay, 2,000 years. 2,000.
Yeah, 1,600 years of Christianity.
Christianity, Islam. You can put it all in there. Black people have dealt with some of probably the worst atrocities to ever hit the face of this earth. Yet and still, we have to pose the question: are black people, are we our own worst enemy, or are we just purely victims of white supremacy?
Own worst enemy. White supremacy is a concept. Here you got dead bodies and you got graves from the result of white supremacy. But how could mankind overcome humans? Because black people are the true humans of the planet. We don't have any lineage to monkeys, the RH gene, not like white people do, and Neanderthals. We're humans. We are the original people. We're humans. They are mankind. That's why you have those two terms. You'll see people say human in one way, and then you'll see people say mankind, in another sentence. And if you're not smart enough to understand it, it's because the people that created the term, they know the difference. We're mankind, they're human. You get what I'm saying? And we were on top for so long because we were the only people really here. And the mankind that was out there was killing them. And at some point, motherfuckers decided to have sympathy for mankind, right? So we go mate with them, we go teach them, and they call those people that were teaching them the Moors. We gave them our books, we taught them how to read, we taught them how to properly walk, how to bathe, we taught them Christianity, and they flipped it on us. Flipped it on us real good. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they damn near took it completely over, right? And they took Christianity over so good to the point that we had to create a new religion called Islam. So the Holy Wars was really a fight between humans and mankind. You got mankind, white people. You got humans, black people. That's white versus black. Why do you think white people hate Muslims so damn much? Because it represents their struggle to fight black people. Now we're looking at Muslims today and the images they put out, and we say, oh, that's just like that mixture between white and black people right there in what they call the Middle East. Still black people. Just really look at the motherfuckers that stay there. It's a bunch of black people that stay there, but they don't put those on the images. White supremacy does that, and a lot of those Muslims do that too. You know what I'm saying? But it's really a fight between black versus white. That's why they hate him so much. Why do you think Donald Trump, the new president, sits back and says, we want to ban all Muslims from the country? And then he'll turn back and say, we're going to help the blacks. Because the blacks are generally the Christians, but the Muslims are also black people that they don't like. But these are black people that haven't fallen under the system of white supremacy. Because those black people, they control their oil. Those black people, they control their gold. They control their resources. But the Christian white people, you don't control shit. People talking about, oh man, we finna go back to Africa. If it's a Christian country, it's under the system of white supremacy. If it's Muslim, you might be good. Oh, well, you know, man, you gotta hide your face. Well, hide your motherfucking face. I'd rather deal with those black motherfuckers than deal with those white motherfuckers. Because those white motherfuckers will smile in your face, act like they treating you good, and stab your ass in the back. You know what I'm saying? We are our own worst enemy because we taught them everything we know and we didn't defend ourselves. See, when we taught them shit, that was building an army. When we taught them shit, that was practicing group economics. Now, at the time, we didn't really have to because we everywhere. Even to this day, we are still 75% of the world population. When I say we, I'm talking about people of dark hue. Light brown to dark as shit. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to. We was everywhere and we still everywhere. But Christianity, white supremacy, they rule all these motherfuckers. They flipped the shit that they learned from the East Africans and made it theirs. And they said, hey, look, this shit right here says it's okay for you to be my slave and it's okay for me to do what I'm doing to you. God said it's okay. It's ordained. Man, I guess so. Motherfucker, you know you didn't teach them that. Are you serious? We're our own worst enemy. We let them use our knowledge against us. We created that shit because Christianity is fake too. Hebrew Israelites, they'll read it and say, see, look, this ain't supposed to happen and blah, 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 all this stupid shit. It's all made up because we was trying to control our own people too. We was too free. So for the black people that wanted supreme power, not Nubia, but specifically in Kemet, which they call Egypt now, they were trying to control the people. So they used Christianity and Hebrew Israelism or whatever the fuck you want to call it to their advantage. And then white people flipped it on them. And they got an army. That's the problem. Like when the Italians were attacked in the early 1900s, Italy was like, you better fix that shit. They paid them out. Holocaust victims. Obama just helped pay some motherfuckers off for that. You know why? Because Israel was like, you better fix that shit. Fuck with some Russians in America. Watch Russia be like, you better fix that shit. Fuck with some Germans. Germany gonna be like, you better fix that shit. They got a military to back them up. We don't have a military in any African nation that's gonna back us up. Because
so how do we?
We are our own worst enemy. We don't protect ourselves. We don't fight for each other. We talk about it, but we don't do it. And the motherfuckers that do want to do it, when they need other help from us, y'all just kind of sit back and pull out your camera phone. You niggas are so fucking stupid. Where's the protection? Now, like I said earlier, black men are the protectors. We not protecting. We can't even stick to. See, this is something we don't even need to involve women. Let's keep women out of this because they're gods, right? This is our job. This is why we're on this planet. We're set to protect women, children, and ourselves. We as black men supposed to get together and say, what we gonna do about this? Let's stick together. Let's start doing military style training, kung fu, combat, right? Let's go to the gun range. Let's buy guns. Fuck all the gun license shit. Cause all that's doing is letting white supremacy know what the fuck we got. It's too many guns on the street that niggas don't know about. We can do the same thing too as people that are not gang members or street niggas. We could do the same goddamn thing and train because they doing it. The reason why white supremacy is so good to this day is our own fault. They don't make us sell drugs. They don't make us rob stores. They create the atmosphere, right, for us to fail. But you don't have to. If you had a stronger mind, you could succeed, but you're not. I can't stand motherfuckers get mad at me. You think you so much better than people. Da-da-da-da. I said, I kind of am because I see myself as God. I got a guy. I don't need drugs to help me get through my day. You got to learn to deal with stress in a better way. Marijuana is not a drug, by the way. You can smoke that shit all the way up. You smoke that shit up all day long. You start fucking with crack. You start fucking with heroin. You start fucking with meth. And all this other shit and all these other strands of weed that really ain't natural, you're gonna fuck yourself up. You trying to get high, and when that high goes, back to the same shit, huh? You poisoning the mind. The mind controls the body. So when you poison the mind, you ain't gonna do shit right. You ain't gonna protect nobody. That's why I don't smoke and drink. Cigarettes are poison too. Right? Because the mind forms this addiction that says, you need this. And then it affects the body. Now you're getting cancer. Now you got asthma. Now you got all these physical ailments because you poisoned your mind. That's why I don't drink or smoke. But I'm still a club promoter. If you don't have a clear mind, you ain't going to make clear decisions. We're our own worst enemy. White people, the only thing they actually do to us is shoot and kill us. But if we had clear minds, we could defeat it. Niggas don't want to have clear minds. Everybody want to be a junkie. Why do you think Future being mass promoted? He a junkie.
Junkie, right?
Look at all these rappers out here talking about using drugs, popping X pills, pop the Molly on sweating. Whoo!
And all your favorite rappers are endorsed.
They are endorsing the poisoning of the mind that controls the body. See, our leaders in the 60s, they didn't have that problem. Marcus Garvey in the 20s, in the 30s, he didn't have that problem. We do. That's why this trend of consciousness is going to phase out. I don't give a fuck how many times Tariq Nasheed make another Hidden Colors 4, it's going to die out. People think, oh, well, you know, we're gonna revitalize because we got Trump in office. No, you're not. Y'all niggas still finna go to Bible study. Because that's a form of white supremacy too. Like, y'all look at forms of white supremacy and say, well, they ain't shooting us here, so, you know, we're gonna keep dealing with this. It's white supremacy. You'd be better off being in the nation. I don't fuck with no religion. You'd be better off fucking with the Nation of Islam. At least those niggas are for niggas. They for niggas. And, you know, yeah, I done my research and I realized they are run by white people too, but white people don't have that much influence because they all under, what do you call that shit? They are all under...
Scientology?
No, not Scientology, but the greatest organization on the planet. And what's that? The Masons. They're all under the Masons. But at the same time, the Masons don't really control them. They just kind of finance them from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But if you gonna fuck with anybody, fuck with them. I respect that. Them niggas stuck our neck out for us. And yes, they killed Malcolm. But you know why? Because Malcolm didn't stick to the code. Oh, well, you know, I went over here, right? And man, they totally different. Nigga, they supposed to be different. Those ain't the same black people that it was 500 years ago. We have to be different from those Muslims. Oh, you know, I'm going to just tell people they don't need to fuck with us. Oh, okay. Popped his ass. Because, and people look at that and they say, okay, why is Farrakhan still alive? He still got his protection. He stick to the code. He has discipline. He has a clear mind. He don't use drugs and drink. If you want to be like anybody and have black progress, fuck with the Nation of Islam. If you want to be a junkie, fuck with hip hop today. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a nobody, follow these ratchet ass women. Or these women that say men ain't shit, all men are dogs. You know what I'm saying? We are our own worst enemy. Oh man, if this person get in office, they're gonna send us back to Africa. What's the problem? Ain't that where you from? Man, they're gonna have us out there with spears and shit. Really? What else we gonna do? Bro, if we go over there, hypothetically, motherfucker put us on a boat or a plane to go to Africa, what the fuck you think they gonna do? Mass incarceration, right? Yeah. Because they still run Africa. White supremacy is everywhere, but we break it up by practicing group economics, right? We beat it by getting away from religion, right? And what's the other thing?
Cooperative economics, right?
Group economics, praising our women, having a strong family structure, getting away from religion.